Boye, how have you felt the defense have played in the last 2 weeks?
In the last 2 weeks, we've made a lot of changes. We've actually, going from the first two games and obviously understanding that there's stuff that needs to be changed in this way that we play defense, that we need to, change our mentality and how we attack the games and how we attack every week. So honestly, I've just been responding every week to every situation. Just coming from Colorado, playing a game like that was a great game for us as defense. But we were just never satisfied with what we have. It's always finding a way to improve it and finding ways to make the defense play better, having that connection and having that, fluid, D-line working with the DBs and linebackers working with the D-line and the run plays and passing. And so just finding ways to, work and make that better all the time. And honestly, I think in the last two games, you've just seen an improvement, and I feel as if you're seeing the players actually play more in unison now.
What were the first two games like for you? Coach Rossi talked about, hey, it wasn't good enough, but we believe in you. How did you feel about those two games, and what did it mean to you to hear that message?
For me, it meant the world, honestly. I was on myself. I'm very critical about myself and how I play, and I'm probably one of my worst critics, and I always, really sometimes be down on myself. So to have someone to really just say, like, no, this is not you. This is obviously, you just got to find a way to respond and find a way to get back to playing how I play and playing in the way that I know I'm capable of playing. And so just having to know that in the back of my head that they're still believing me, they still, trusting me, and having that the coaching staff still has belief in me.
What do you expect out of Purdue with that offense?
They have they do a lot of different things. They're not really just like one-sided team. They don't have one picture and they just play in one position. They switch it up. They have a lot of different things they do. They run a lot of different plays, variations of, screens, trick plays, and things like that. So just being ready for the, versatile offense and having the players that they have a great running back, they have a great receiving core, and just being able to be ready to go against that because honestly, those are the things that you got to key in on, and having the, patience and being meticulous with like our alignment assignments, all the, keys, everything we need to look at, just making sure that we have that all in check.
When Thomas gets his sacks at Colorado, what's going through your mind and why? What was with that reaction?
It's this joy. When you see your, it's not everyone talks about like, oh, you want your stats, or everyone thinks it's like, oh, I gotta have my stats, but it's never like that. In our room, in our position, especially since we play the same position, it's joy. You see those things because we work out in the summer together. We have captain's practice together. You see the work that we all put in together, and just being able to see that all the work we put in is coming to fruition, and seeing him get those sacks is like, it's like you see that's like that aha moment, like you see him come out of his picture. Now Thomas has done a great job this season. He's coming out of his shell and he's playing amazing right now. And so it's just like just to see that, as a teammate, it just means the world to me. And obviously it's just exciting to see obviously anybody get a sack, if it's from, D'Angelo Carter or Trill getting a sack this last week. And it's just like those type of plays, that's what you want to see. It's not just about, people say it's about, your stats, but no, it's just about us. Like I said in the beginning of the year, it's not about just one person pass rushing. It's about all of us pass rushing together. So just to be able to see other people pass rushing and see everyone playing together like that, it's amazing.
You've played 3 games in a row now out of conference. Is there a comfort level getting back into Big Ten play?
Yeah, it's Big Ten play is that's what you come to the conference to play against Big Ten opponents. So now that we're getting back into conference play, that's what you come to the Big Ten to play. That's why you come to a school like this to play against Big Ten opponents. So to get back into it, obviously, is exciting, and that's the heart of our defense, especially going into the west side of the conference now, playing the West teams. And now it's just time for us to release what the teams that you played against before, and these are the teams that you really study.
Is it challenging not knowing if David Bell's going to play or not?
Honestly, we don't know if he's going to play, and we got to prepare as if he is playing. So we just got to make sure that we have that opportunity, because if he does show up over there on Saturday, it cannot shock us. We can't have it come on Saturday if he plays that it's, oh, we didn't prepare for him, and then we got to have it. If he doesn't play, then okay, then we continue our game plan and we continue playing. It's a situation where you got to prepare for it no matter what, and you can't, especially with our defensive staff. Our defensive staff does not leave a stone unturned, so they make sure that we're always prepared for every situation, no matter what. If it is an iffy situation, we'll still prepare for it.
Do you sense this team is a little upset at practice this week, out to prove that you're better than you looked last Saturday?
I feel as if the team has made a decision. We came in on Sunday and we had a talk. We really we really sat down and said, this is where, we have to make a decision. This is going into Big Ten play, just coming off of our last out-of-conference game. And this week is really just a decision week of just like, we know that last week wasn't good enough. We know as a team that we did not play to our best capability. So going into this week is really making a decision of like, if we want to talk about who we are and how we play, we got to show that this week and moving forward. And it's not just about this week or not about just the next opponent. It's about the whole season. And if we want to do what we want to do with the season, we have to really show up and really actually execute. So, today practice is all about just responding and playing your game. And honestly, there's 11 positions in football. I can't do someone else's job and someone else can't do my job. So just making sure that we can do our jobs even better this week and then continue and just building off of that for the rest of the season.
Was that a meeting with the coaches also, or the players only, or just a group of leaders, or who was there?
We had a team meeting after the game, obviously, and then we had the players. We had a meeting this morning, and it's just more about just making that decision of really we know what we can do and we know what we are capable of doing, but we have to make that decision and put those decisions into actions. And working this week and working on to continue the season, just making sure that we make those things happen.
The defense has played well the last couple of weeks, and at other times under Joe Rossi, you've had consistent game to game to game, outstanding defense. What goes into consistent defense week after week?
With our defense, we're all about the details. You can't just because you have a good week this week, it doesn't mean that you just keep going and think that you figured it out. We never say that we have all the answers. We always find ways to improve. If it's from little things to big things, if it's from stepping 6 inches versus a whole foot, just finding ways to improve the defense. And I think that's the thing that keeps us, playing well and having that unison. And we don't let the little things shy. Some people will say if you miss a little check or a little call or a little thing that's in there, it's okay. We'll get it next time. We really emphasize all things, no matter how small, no matter how big. We make sure that we correct our details.
Boye, do you draw anything from a game like you guys had in Colorado? Now you go back out on the road knowing that you can perform at a high level on the road. Do you draw anything from that game?
For us going on the road, during camp, coach put us in many situations. We have our outdoor field, our indoor field. We went and practiced at the Vikings facility during camp, and he really did that for a reason to have us understand that it's not just playing at home. If we just practice at our one facility or practice at our stadium, then you get to that same picture. But to have different pictures around you, he's already put that in us that no matter where we play, our defense and how we play on our team, offense, defense, special teams, that we all play the same. And it doesn't matter what situation, if we're playing in a parking lot, if we're playing, it doesn't matter where we're playing. We just have to have that same energy, that same mentality, no matter where we play.
Any more for Boye? Okay, Boye, thank you, sir.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.